how you spend your time dictates your net worth. For a lot of people, they're unsure of how they should spend their time. This is where having a mentor and having a coach plays such a pivotal role. You want to get clear about what your goals are, and you want to know what you need to do every single week in order to hit those goals. All right, welcome everybody to the Agent Investor platform. My name is Tom Caffarella. I'm your host for today. We help agents get off the real estate roller coaster by investing in real estate and changing their business from running around, not having any goals, not knowing where your next paycheck is coming in, to having guaranteed monthly income each and every month by investing. I've done so many training sessions over the years, and I realized that I never did one on what kind of the day-to-day of an agent investor should look like what you should literally be thinking about, what tasks you should be doing on a day-to-day basis, and what that actually looks like. So today, I'm going to talk specifically about what a day in the life of an agent investor should look like. And I'm going to go through how you should spend your time. But before I do that, I just want to have, one kind of comment, which is just that as you kind of go along on your agent investor journey, some of the stuff I'm going to talk about today will end up needing to be tweaked a little bit. And to me, that is the role of a really good mentor. How you spend your time on a day-to-day basis will dictate what your net worth is. How you spend your time on a day-to-day basis will dictate whether or not you hit your goals. So if you already have a real estate coach, in my opinion, the most important question that you can ask them is, how should I be spending my time? This is what I want to achieve. This is where I want to go. What should I actually be doing every single day? If you don't already have a mentor or a coach, Agent Investor does offer free mentorship to agents that you can find out more about by registering for one of our next calls at www.partnerwithagentinvestor.com. And I always say to people, when it comes to mentorship and helping people achieve their goals, the number one role, in my opinion, that a coach can have is helping somebody define what their goals are and then giving them the actual day-to-day blueprint of what it looks like to get there. So what I'm going to be talking about today is kind of like a generic blueprint. It's not going to be perfect necessarily for everybody. A lot of the principles that I'm going to talk about today are going to be stuff that will resonate with everybody, will make sense for everybody. But to get much more detailed on your specific situation, please talk to your coach. If you don't have a coach, please register at www.partnerwithagentinvestor.com to learn how to get free coaching from us. Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about are kind of what the generic goals are for most agent investors. Again, not everybody is going to kind of fit into this, but in general, I've worked with probably over 1,000 agents that have all told me what they're looking to achieve. And what I'm about to explain is what 9 out of 10 of them say that they want. And that this doesn't even have to be an agent investor. I have a real estate brokerage with over 400 agents, and most even agents that don't even want to invest in real estate kind of say similar things. But the most common goals that everybody has is that they want more freedom in their life and they want to make enough money to live the lifestyle that they want to live. I know those two things are really, really simple, but in general, how agent investor fits in and what most people should be thinking about, in my opinion, that are agents that are also investing, is that you want to follow what I call the agent investor model. The agent investor model has 3 steps. Step number 1 is to keep selling real estate for a living, at least in the beginning. I know some agents have goals to stop selling real estate. In my opinion, if you're making a living selling real estate right now, step number 1 is to continue to sell real estate for a living. Step number 2 is to identify great fix and flip deals. Learn how to find fix and flip deals for big chunks of income. either to do on your own, like if you want to do a fix and flip on your own, or if you're going to partner with us. Most of you already know that we have an agent partnership program that if you find us a deal, we'll put up all the money, we'll do all the construction, and we'll split the profits 50-50. To learn more about our agent partnership program, go to www.partnerwithagentinvestor.com and schedule a time to jump on one of my weekly calls. Now, why do you want to earn big chunks of income? You want to use those big chunks of income to invest in passive assets, either assets that you own and operate or assets that somebody else owns and operates for passive income. Why is passive income so important? Well, when people tell me that they want freedom, they want flexibility, they want to earn enough to have the lifestyle that they want, passive income is the answer. So again, whether you're owning and operating rental units or you're investing in somebody else's, you can earn 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, $40,000 a month of passive income over a period of time, which is ultimately going to be the answer for what almost everybody wants, right? And if you think about it logically, as I'm recording this, it's December 10th, 2024. Imagine if you had $50,000 a month of passive income coming in each and every month starting January 1st, 2025. If you had $50,000 a month from assets that you own or assets that you are invested in, most of us are going to say, wow, that's a ton of money every month. I can definitely live off of that. And then I can have the freedom to do whatever I want. Now, I'm not telling you that $50,000 a month needs to be the number. For some people, it might be 5,000. For some people, it might be 10. For some people, it might be 15. But let's go off of the principle that you're an agent who either already invests in real estate or wants to invest in real estate, and you want to earn passive income that's going to allow you to live the life of your dreams. Now I'm going to talk about what the day-to-day needs to look like in order to get there. And now I should say in the agent investor model, the 3 steps: keep selling real estate for a living. Step 2, find fix and flip opportunities. The second part, the finding of the fix and flip opportunities. I'll be the first to tell you, I've fixed and flipped about 1,500 homes. I had no interest in fixing and flipping homes when I first got into real estate. The reason that I do it is simply to get those big chunks of income that I can then invest in assets that pay me forever. So that's an important step. And it also fits in with what agents should be doing each day anyways. All right, so let's talk about that. So let's just assume that you have a goal to earn passive income, to make your life, very very flexible, and to earn money every single month without necessarily having to do any big lifting. How do you actually get there? All right, so this is what I would say the day-to-day in general should look like for an agent investor. Well, step number 1, you're going to keep selling real estate for a living. We already talked about that. You guys already know how to do that. But in my opinion, if you are an agent that wants to invest in real estate and follow the agent investor model, you need to focus on sellers. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't work with buyers that come your way. It doesn't mean that, when a friend or a family member says they want to work with you, that you don't take it. But my main focus and how I would be spending a big chunk of every single day, if I'm an agent that wants to invest and wants to achieve big things, I'm focusing from buyers to sellers. Again, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to work with buyers. It just means that everything that I do is going to be focused on getting sellers. Okay. We all know the reasons for that. The 2 biggest ones that I'll highlight really quick is, first and foremost, that working with sellers is going to give you more time back, right? It takes a lot more time to work with the buyer for the same amount of money than to work with the listing. So we all know listings are better on the retail side, but why are they better on the investing side? So if you're focused on generating seller opportunities on a day-to-day basis, 20% of those on average are going to turn into fix and flips, right? Why is that important? We talked about the agent investor model. The agent investor model says when you come across those opportunities, either flip them on your own or send them our way. We'll put up the money, we'll do the construction, and we'll split the profits 50-50. Okay. So step one of like what the day-to-day should look like is that you need to be focused on sellers, and you need to be focused on sellers every single day. One very common mistake that small business owners make, and it's a very easy one to make, no matter what type of business you're in, is it's easy to kind of like wake up, open your phone, throw on your computer, and just respond to the day-to-day that's going on. Especially as real estate agents, especially in the morning, we have control over our time. It is very rare from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. that you're going to tell me that you had something that was super urgent to do that couldn't wait until 10:30. So if you've never read the book, Eat That Frog, it's a really great book that I would recommend reading. But the high level summary of it is that what you want to do every single day, first thing in the morning, are the hardest things that you're going to do every day and the most impactful things that you're going to do every day. The theory is that if you need to eat a frog every single day, the best time to do it is first thing in the morning, right? Not to procrastinate doing it. So again, we're getting back to what, the ideal day for an agent investor should look like. I'm going to start my day hunting for sellers. Now, when I say hunting for sellers, the mechanism that I'm going to use to do that is going to be whatever mechanism works for me and my personality, right? So I'm not going to go into detail today about all of the different strategies to generate seller opportunities. I do that on other, shows and programs and podcasting. I talk a lot about that on my weekly call. If you're interested in that, again, register at www.partnerwithagentinvestor.com and jump on a call. It is a live call, so you can ask questions directly to me. But I'm going to spend the first 2 or 3 or as many hours in the beginning of the day as possible looking for seller opportunities. And again, that could mean that you're making phone calls. That could mean that you're door knocking. That could mean that you're sending out mailers. That could mean that you're leaving door hangers behind. That could mean that you're buying home valuation leads and you're calling them. Again, I could go into 1,000,001 different strategies on how to do it. But you want to set a goal on a weekly basis of how many seller appointments that you're going to go on. That goal should be looked at every single week, right? But you should have a goal every single day of the activity that you want to do in those 2 to 3 hours. I know that what I'm saying is really simple. And I also know that in practice, it's not super easy. But I can't stress enough that if you do just this every single day, the rest of your business will take care of itself, right? That end goal of having 5, 10, 15, 20, $30,000, $40,000 a month of passive income, it will happen if you just set this one domino in motion. You wake up every single day. I'm not saying you can't look at your phone, but don't start texting, don't start calling, don't start opening your emails, don't start scrolling Facebook. Like, wake up, get to a place where you can focus on generating seller appointments and do it. And again, what strategy that you pick on a day-to-day basis is something that I talk to people in my mentorship program about all the time. It should be a strategy that you don't feel like is going to, make you puke every single day, right? So the most common one that people are typically afraid of is making cold calls. If you're hearing this and you're thinking that you need to make phone calls, you absolutely don't, right? You pick a strategy that's going to work for you. You work it every single day, right? And if you think about it, right, how many appointments do you need in a month to do one flip? So if 20% of all sellers, are going to sell to an investor, then you need 5 appointments in order to do that. Right. So if you have a goal of hitting 5 appointments per month, you could, in theory, do one fix and flip deal a month. What would that mean in terms for you financially? That would mean that if you partner with us, as an example, The average partner flip that we split with agents is $80,000. That would mean that if you do one deal with us a month, that's $40,000 per month times 12 months, $480,000 per year that you can then take and you can invest in an asset that you own, or be the down payment, or it could be the whole payment, or you take that and you invest in somebody else's asset and get paid on a month-to-month basis. I know I'm making this stuff sound simple. It is simple, but it's not easy to do. But I would have a goal every single week of hitting X amount of seller appointments, right? That might be one, it might be two, it could be an appointment every 2 weeks, whatever it is. You have your goal and you're waking up in the first few hours of your day or doing that. Okay. Second thing that I would do is make sure that I'm utilizing social media to get more deals and more seller opportunities. Yeah. I am going to say this in the nicest way possible. When I look at most real estate agents and most real estate agent investors' Facebook page, and by the way, Facebook is the number one, right? Right now, as I'm recording this, Facebook is the number one social media platform to get seller opportunities. Facebook, as of right now, is the one that people are the most engaged on. They're on the most, has the most amount of users, and the users are the right age. There are different social media platforms that tend to attract like younger people versus slightly older people. Facebook is towards the older, generation, which are people that sell houses, right? So you could say, well, what about, Instagram or some, newer platform? Well, if the average age of the person that's on it is 25 years old, 30 years old, it's not the platform you want to attract seller appointments on. So we have all sorts of strategies on how to do what I'm about to say. But social media should take you about 15 minutes a day, and it should be done every single day. And if you look at my social media profile, if you go on Tommy Caffarella, you are going to see that I do this almost every single day. I'm very, very disciplined about doing this. I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty disciplined at doing this. Every single day, I send friend requests to 20 to 25 people. I have 8,200 followers right now, right? This is, as you're listening to me, I am not Grant Cardone. I am not some person that is a celebrity that people reach out to, right? I reach out to people, not the other way around, right? So every single day, 365 days a year, or probably more like 300 days a year, I am sending friend requests and Facebook messages to people every single day, right? I happen to have a target niche of real estate agents. So I reach out. I friend request 20, 25 agents a day. I send them Facebook messages, right? And then I post almost every single day. I post about what I want, right? So I post about the fact that I'm looking for partnership opportunities every single day, right? Or I'm providing some other form of what I consider to be or try to be value, right? Like right now I'm recording this, I'm trying to give value, right? I do that also on my personal Facebook page. There is no reason why every single person on here can't friend request 20, 25 people, send messages to 20, 25 people, and post something every single day. And when I say post something every single day, it better not be some generic thing that everybody posts that is going to look completely canned, not show your personality, etc. Now, social media, if you scroll down my page, you will see every single piece of content that I do is something I create. It is not genius content, but it is my content. It is my own personality. People, when they follow me on Tommy Caffarella, they meet me in person, they feel like they know me because it's genuine. It's my stuff. Whether you like me or not, that is what I post is my stuff. So again, we're talking about what we should be doing every single day. There is no reason not to grow your social media, your Facebook profile every single day. If you do have another social media platform that's working well for you, use that as well. But Facebook, for sure, needs to be done every single day. Again, friend requests, messages, and posts every single day, right? And there are more advanced social media strategies that you might want to consider. Like I have the Agent Investor Facebook group. I have other mechanisms to do this stuff, but what I'm talking about are the basics that you need to do every single day. All right. So like I said, in the beginning of the day, you're waking up. You're not answering emails. You're not checking texts. You're not creating fake emergencies. You're not telling somebody or telling yourself that you need to respond to this mortgage broker or the deal's not going to get done. No, you are looking for sellers. You're trying to generate seller appointments. Then you're doing your social media every single day, right? So you've done those two things to start the day. Guess what? You just ate that frog. You did the 20% of all of your activities that's going to produce 80% of your results, right? All right. So what else, should you be doing on a day-to-day basis? At some point on a day-to-day basis, you should be listening to a podcast. Now, I say that not because not so that you can block off time to do it, but I want you to listen to a podcast every single day for as long as you can while you're doing something else. When you are in your car, when you're at the gym, when you're cleaning your house, there is time every single day that you can listen to a podcast. I want to be clear about this. Do not make the podcast listening part of that early part of your day. Don't make it a priority part of your day. Make it a part of your day where it doesn't take you any additional time. Get that education on the go without taking up any additional time. Like I said, if you're in your car, turn off the radio, put on a podcast. Do that every single day. Obviously, I love it if you guys listen to all of the episodes of the Agent Investor podcast. You might, if you follow what I'm saying, you might run out of episodes. So find more than one person that you can listen to. Listen to as many podcast episodes as you can. And you might also want to listen to training sessions, right? There's a bunch of YouTube training. Think about what you want to learn about on a day-to-day basis. Let's just say that you want to run a mailer campaign. Well, learn everything that you can about mailing on the go, right? There's a reason that YouTube is so popular. You don't, and like I said, please, please, please do not get to your desk in the morning and take the most crucial part of your day and then sit there and listen to a podcast. Don't sit there and listen to training. Do all of that on the go. Again, we're talking about the perfect day. I know not every day can be perfect, but again, so now every single day, you're gonna get training on the go that didn't take you any time. You're going to be building your social media accounts, and you're going to be looking for seller appointments every single day. Okay. All right. What else should you be doing every day? Well, now you've eaten that frog. You've gotten kind of the most important things out of your day. Next couple things that I think that you should be thinking about every day. If you do have a mentor and you're stuck on anything, make sure that you're reaching out to the mentor for help, right? Find a mentor who will give you 24/7, 365 access if you need help any day. Now, you're not going to need help every day, every second, but make sure that when you need it, that you go and get it. All right, now, maybe you've gotten to like lunchtime or somewhere around that time. Now, the rest of the day is easy because the rest of the day is what you probably do on a day-to-day basis that you already know how to do, which is now you're opening up your email. Now you're opening up your text messages, etc. Now you're doing all your follow-up. Your follow-up should probably come before the rest of the stuff. Like if you don't have a CRM, you should have a CRM that is going to tell you basically who you should be calling every day. That could be part of your morning, but you should be looking every single day and knowing who you should be following up with, especially if you're generating a lot of seller opportunities. There are going to be seller opportunities, things that you need to do, plot leads that you need to work. That would actually be as I'm talking off the cuff, that would be the second part of my day. That might be the first thing that I do, like before lunch or after lunch. And then, like I said, the rest of the day is going to be really smooth because now you are going to open up your phone. Now you are going to open up your email. Now you need to get a sign in the ground, and you get the sign in the grass. You need to meet with the seller, you meet with the seller. Whatever it is that you need to do, that's going to be the rest of your day, all the stuff that you normally do. You're going to show a buyer house, you're going to show a buyer house. You're going to, negotiate with an agent. You're going to negotiate with an agent. You're going to write up a contract. You're going to write up a contract. I think it's safe to say, for the most part, the rest of the day is stuff that you already know how to do. So I guess when I think about it, really, all that you're looking to do is change your behavior in the start of the day and make sure that you're building your business. I mean, that's what we're really doing at the top of the day. We're building our business. What is a natural thing to do is to not build our business, but to focus on servicing our business. And that's when we get into trouble. That's when we don't hit our goals. Because guess what? One day we wake up, we've serviced our business, we've done everything that we need to do to service what we have. Then we wake up and we go, oh, we get nothing. We have no deals. We have no flips. We have no listings. We have no listing appointments. Oh, but we got back to that mortgage broker on time. Who cares, right? That was irrelevant. That was the last thing that you needed to do. So if we're following our day, and again, I know some days are going to be far from perfect, but let me just give you an example of like how something might, be imperfect. Okay. So let's say that you have a seller appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning and you don't get done with it until 12. Well, now it's 12 o'clock, right? Now it's 12 o'clock and you still haven't tried to generate another seller opportunity because you had to do something first thing in the morning. Well, what do you do then? Now from 12 to 3, again, you're prioritizing and saying, I need to generate opportunities next. For the next 3 hours, I need to be generating. And I'm pushing off all of those other things to do later, right? Answering calls, making phone calls to, clients and stuff like that. Okay. So now you're doing that, right? And what does this kind of like become if you're doing this the right way? Again, getting back to like the original thing, like why do we want to have an ideally perfect day? Well, if every single week we're meeting with sellers, in many of those weeks, we're going to be taking listings. In some of those weeks, we're going to be taking flips. So by focusing on sellers, by having this perfect day, we're going to have a lot of listings. We're going to be flipping some houses. We're going to make enough money. Step one of the agent investor model, sell houses for a living. We're going to do that. And we might actually do better is we're focused on sellers. Step two is to find those fix and flip opportunities. Have us come in on the ones that you want to partner with us on. Now you're going to get big chunks of income coming in periodically, $40,000 at a time. And then step number three, like buy assets or invest in other people's assets to get that passive income. If we do that, right, every single year, our passive income is going to build. All of a sudden, we're going to wake up one day. It might be 2 years later. It might be 3 years later. And we're going to have $7, $8, $9, $10,000 of passive income coming in every month. Again, it's December 10th, 2024, right? Who wouldn't want to wake up on January 1st with $15,000 a month of passive income coming in? That's what this is all about. Having the perfect day allows you to get there. So before I sign off today, I do want to talk about some of the stuff that I see a lot of and that's not good, right? See a lot of and it's not good, okay? So first of all, like we talked about having the perfect day. We need to plan our day. Even if it's the same day every single day and the same outline every single day, we need to plan it and we need to protect our hours. So what does this mean? There's a few things that absolutely like can't happen. So the first thing is you have to protect the time that you're using to generate and grow your business and generate seller opportunities. Too often, I see people not protecting their time. What does not protecting their time mean? Well, you're at your desk and an insurance broker calls you, a mortgage broker calls you, and they say, hey, you want to grab a cup of coffee? And you say, yeah, sure. Now, all of a sudden, your morning's gone, right? Oh, your broker reaches out to you and says, hey, we have a training tomorrow on XYZ thing. By the way, XYZ thing not even being something that you're super interested in. And all of a sudden you're showing up to that. You're now at a training session that you didn't even plan to go to. All training that you go to, I don't care what your broker offers, all training that you go to shouldn't be, it should not be you're going to the trainings that they give you. No, you're thinking about what trainings you need, and then you're seeking out that training, whether it's at your brokerage or not, right? Um, Doing webinars, going to in-person meetings for no reason, any type. The biggest culprit here that I see are people going to like RIAs and like networking type events where they're basically just a sales pitch. And again, not really having a purpose. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about right now in general falls into the category of like not being purposeful on how you spend your time. I talked about it earlier, like how you spend your time dictates your net worth. For a lot of people, they're unsure of how they should spend their time. This is where having a mentor and having a coach plays such a pivotal role. Because again, I mentioned this early on. The number one thing that a mentor can do for you is to help you determine how you should spend your time. If your mentor is not helping you do this, you're not getting the value that you need. If you like to see kind of like how we do things, again, we do this stuff for free. I mentor people for free. Why do I do it? Because I get more deals. Go to www.partnerwithagentinvestor.com and jump on one of my weekly calls on how to get free coaching and free mentorship. But to wrap it up, I know that spending your time the right way is not easy, right? There's a reason why, not everybody does it, but you want to get clear about what your goals are, and you want to know what you need to do every single week in order to hit those goals. And you want to have a scorecard every single week that you look at to say whether you're on track or off track. It happens to be Tuesday right now. Every Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock, me and my team meet. The leadership part of my business, we meet, 4 of us, and we review our numbers every single week, right? Good, bad, or ugly, to see if we're on track to hit our yearly goals. If we're on track to hit our yearly goals, then we're going to be on track to hit our 5-year goal and our 10-year goal. And if we hit our 10-year goal, well, now we're moving mountains and our lives are changed, right? So I hope that you guys got, value out of today. I hope to talk to more of you on one of my weekly calls. Don't be shy about jumping on. They are live, so you can ask questions, which is so much different than right now, where I'm talking and you're listening and there's no back and forth. Come on one of my calls, ask questions, and let's see if we can work together. www.partnerwithagentinvestor.com. Thank you guys for listening. And if I don't talk to you before then, have a great holiday season.